Yeah. Wow. 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 Okay. I got to share this story with you guys. So my buddy just got an amazing deal on a car he just got the other day. And this story is an awesome story. And you got to use this strategy. If you have the ability right now to pay cash for a vehicle, I got to tell you about his story and how he got an awesome deal and how he used the leverage that the dealers typically use on us, the car buyer, against them to his advantage. So let me tell you the story. Okay, so first things first, he was going to pay cash. So if you go to the car dealership, wherever you go, in this particular occasion, he wanted to buy a C-Class from Mercedes, never tell the dealer you are going to be paying cash. Also, what he did is he played dumb the entire time, kind of like, hey, I just started the search, but I'm really interested in buying a car. I think I like the C-Class a lot. Again, it could be for a Ford or Chevy, doesn't matter. But again, he simply showed up to the dealership, started kicking some tires and telling the salesman, this is what I'm looking at doing. He was serious now, but the first thing that I want you to never do is do not tell the dealer how you plan on buying or financing the car. Just simply say, I'm interested in this, and let's talk about numbers if you have the right one in stock. That's all I want you to do, and that's exactly what he did. So my buddy's in there. He knows the car that he wants. He's done his diligence. He's with the salespeople. The sales manager kind of comes out. Now that he's sitting down, they're doing the negotiations, okay? This is where you're going to win your deal just like my buddy did. So he tells me, so Matthew, I'm in there with the guy. They're playing the bullshit games, and they're giving me the price. And I know it's fairly priced, and they're coming in, oh, you know, there's MSRP is the best that we can do, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, whatever. And he's just humoring them all this time. So ultimately, where he gets his good deal is he goes, I tell you what, you know, I do like this car, but I'm thinking about probably, you know, what type of rates do you have? That's the kicker. They love the back end of the deal, okay? The finance, the F&I guy, that's where they make their money, right? So the salesman cues in on this. He runs his sales manager, and then the sales manager's like, yeah, we'll put him, you know, do the 4 box. Let's see what he wants with, a, you know, where's payment? Key thing, payment. So where he played them, where they leverage you all the time in the dealership, is he basically said, you know, what do you want your payment to be at? And so my buddy goes, well, you know, knowing what he knew in the diligence and the math of where the payment should be at if he bought the car, say on such finance rates, he goes, well, I want it around XYZ. So the salesman's running around and he's doing his math and he's like, well, I can put you in the car at 60 months and, you know, actually I can get that, I can trim it down and I can move it over here. So my buddy straight up tells him and goes, look, is there a way that you can get my payment over here? And, you know, I'm okay, like if the rate's a little bit higher, I'm okay with that as long as, you know, I can get a better deal on the car and just finance it out and I can use the interest as maybe a business deduction, whatever. He's just bullshitting. And the salesman is running with it. So the actual sales manager ends up dropping the price on the car on MSRP. But what he does, this is the kicker, okay? So the finance manager starts padding the back end of the buy rate. The buy rate is the rate that once he gets his credit pulled, which he was fine, he knew the whole charade. Once his rate got pulled and he got basically, let's say it's an 8% rate, when he knows the true rate of the buy rate is like, say, 6. So it's 200 basis points or 2% higher than the normal rate. He doesn't give a shit because what they don't know that he knows is he's going to pay cash for the car. And so when they pad the rate to make money on the back end of this deal by lowering the car, the dealer still thinks, hey, he's happy, the payments are in his payment plan, whatever that looks like. And the whole time, my buddy's getting a discount on the car. Now, had he come out and said, hey, Mr. Sales Manager, F&I department, I'm going to pay cash, well, all that would have been off the table. So do not ever tell him that for that reason. So while they're trying to leverage him by making money on the back end of the deal on financing the car the whole time, all he wanted to do was bring the basis of the car price down in order to write a check on that first payment. And his first question to Mr. F&I guy here, seems like a really nice guy, it's just an example. He says, hey, there's no early payment, there's no early payment penalty on this buyout, right? And the F&I is like, oh, no. And if you need to make a payment or whatever, or early, a couple extra payments, if you want to do that, that's fine, But yeah, we don't do that, and you're good to go. So of course my buddy's just sitting there shit-eating, with a shit-eating grin, like, oh yeah, baby, I gotcha. So of course he goes through the whole sales process, and again, mind you, he's already gone to a couple dealers. He knows where the best rates are, the best buy prices for these vehicles are. So he gets the price that he wants in the dealer who's willing to play the game with him. And guess what? He gets the best deal here. And this is what happens. He ends up buying the damn car on the discount with the stupid high interest rate that he knew was bullshitting for Gazy the entire time. So he ends up driving the car off the lot. First car payment comes in. He writes the check, sends the full payment in. Guess what? No high interest rate payments. Doesn't give a shit. Of course, not even 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later, whenever, dealership calls him, probably because they're pissed off because they get an early payoff notice from the bank because they don't get commission. So at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. It's you against them. I know everybody wants to be friendly and be friends together, but dude, it's your money. It's your family. Take care of your family. They got to do what's best for them. Awesome plan. He saved major bucks on his deal. It's an awesome strategy. So if you're cash, play the game. Let them finance you. If they want to pad the rate to make money on the back end so that you can drop your price on the car, fuck it. Let them do it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to write a check and they don't even know it. And you get the deal and they can deal with the early payoff notice. So that's an awesome story. I was like, that's such a great idea because most dealers don't want to do a friendly deal with you at all if you're a cash buyer. And honestly, I'm going to do it next time I buy a car. So let me know what you guys think about the story. If you've ever tried this before, I'd love to hear any other stories. Hey, if you've got a better plan or idea how to get a good deal on a car, share it with me. I love car stories and I love victories for the little guy. So shout out to anyone out there that's had a good experience getting a good deal on a car. Let me hear you in the comments. Tell me all about it. Till then, we'll talk to you soon.